Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is episode number 7 of the Battle of Endor mock series here on my YouTube channel. If you guys have not seen episode 6, go check it out right now. And of course, the playlist will be linked down below. Anyways guys, today I'm going to be continuing talking about the new terrain setup that we have got. I'm going to show you guys a lot of the things I've built and other things like that throughout the mock, so let's get right into it. So starting over here guys, I actually did not show you guys this in the last kind of upload for this. I actually worked a lot on this terrain area over here. This side is pretty much done. Of course, all of this stuff is done with a kind of like Mills plate system where it's kind of raised up by bricks and stuff like that. Then connected with these kind of Technic rods, just like this. I actually messed it up. It's supposed to go one more stud over, but I think you guys get the general feel. This is actually kind of an Easter egg section of the mock that I built that I thought was really funny. There's kind of like a golf course here. This is a sandbox, of course, and of course there's the putting green over there. I think we're going to have a few random like stormtroopers or maybe other Star Wars minifigures just golfing here during the battle. I think that's definitely going to be a really fun Easter egg to continue in the mock. But the rest of the terrain work over here, guys, is very, very greebled into the actual terrain. Of course, like I said, all this stuff is modular, so it's really, really easy to kind of move it around and stuff like that. I definitely built a couple of hill structures like you see right here. And this is the kind of detail that I wanted to kind of get throughout this entire mock. You guys can tell a lot of it is this kind of medium green color. I do have to rework some of the dark green patches just because they weren't built to be in that specific location. But now the mock is not going to be changing its location anymore. So once I work out all this kind of stuff, I'm going to be moving around some of this terrain and continuing this kind of battlefield open area. And of course, like I said, guys, we do plan on having at least 2 trees in this general area here. We want to have one back there and probably 1 or 2 in this general area. And then that 5th tree, we're going to put it either somewhere over there and somewhere over here. But we'll see where that is. But like I said, guys, this area is not changing. This kind of hill section over here, this is definitely one of the hardest parts to build for this mock. It's definitely very, very tall. And of course, it is completely modular like the other ones. So this is definitely a really, really impressive portion of the mock. And actually, good news that the hill is actually going to be expanding a little bit here. We're going to bleed it into this kind of base plate that we have to cover up here. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to get to this base plate this week, but maybe in the next kind of episodes, I'll be able to show you guys some progress on that. Now I'm going to take you guys over there and show you guys some details on the landing pad. So the pad portion of this is actually not on right now because we're still waiting on those parts, and we actually had to build a Duplo structure to kind of give it some more weight and kind of relief while we're not going to be working on the project. Just in case it decides to fall over or something like that. We actually built this different system here to kind of cover up the random colors. Of course, you're not going to be able to see them from any of the angles anymore, but I really like this design here. It's the exact same on the other side. And I think it looks really, really sleek, just having it black with some of those gray details. And of course, the pad's going to go right up to here and then hang over a little bit, so you're only going to see probably half of that. But I really, really like how that looks. We also extended these kind of pad areas here to build kind of a Technic crane system here. I particularly show you that on the other side there. But we're also going to connect lights onto these kind of Technic pins here, and they're going to be shining down here. And we actually did give the green light to ourselves to put lights underneath this system. We're going to kind of run them over and top of these kind of pillars and kind of jut outs here. One of the reasons why I built that lock system was to kind of give it a nice kind of foundation for those lights. Another thing that I actually forgot to tell you guys about earlier was this crane system that we built. My brother really wanted to have some sort of like cargo lifting station here. So of course the pad's going to be about this level, so they're going to be able to kind of crank this down to pick up cargo or drop it off down to this kind of cargo landing area here. There's going to be a couple trees and a couple minifigures and cargo crates down there that they're going to be lifting up and down from this system. I think that's a really, really clever design. I really like how that looks. It would even be cool to maybe have a speeder bike kind of being towed up to the top of this or something like that. But we'll see how we go with that. And like we said, guys, most likely the shuttle will be the only vehicle on top of this pad. It is 2 entire base plates in length and width. So that is definitely a lot of plates we have to do. We're still waiting on the tiles to come in for that pad, so that's why that's not really on there right now. Other things we actually did add was a kind of support terrain structure underneath this pad, because we had a little bit of a malfunction with it. We just really wanted to kind of sturdy it up a little bit. So we built these kind of like terrains around the pad. It doesn't look like much because the Duplo is kind of covering up, but it definitely did add a lot to the mock. And of course, we're going to be continuing with the modular system like you guys see here. These are just random pins that are going to make this mock a lot stronger and really, really easy to transport. The last thing I want to tell you guys about is about this half the mock. Like I said in episode 6, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, is that we're not going to be working on the base for quite some while just because we're not going to be around to even work on this mock, which is unfortunate, but that's just kind of the reality of it. We actually are going to probably push this base back a little bit because we actually do want to raise it up just slightly, like probably by 1 or 2 bricks. I think it's going to make it have a lot more detail. We're also going to kind of greeble into that kind of mountain kind of feel. We're also considering maybe not even having this kind of landing pad area here, just because we already have that massive landing pad. I feel like it's unnecessary to have more of that. Let me know what you guys think about that by commenting down below. Of course, if we did decide to do that, we would have a lot more room for terrain and possibly another AT-AT. And of course, we do want to put 1 or 2 AT-STs in this mock as well. So that's definitely a lot of vehicles to have in one mock. And adding more terrain and open space for that to happen is probably a good idea. But with that ado, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of building progress that I showed you guys. Again, there's probably not going to be an upload for this for a long time, so make sure you guys stay tuned, stay subscribed for when those do come out. This is definitely a really big passion project that we're going to work on whenever we have time and whenever we're home to work on it. But like I said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this upload. Make sure you guys stay tuned for future stop motions and other mock videos that will be happening on my YouTube channel in place of this while we're away. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment down below if you like it. Subscribe if you're new here, leave a like, of course, and I will see you guys on the next one.